Here's how to stop blaming your current situation and actually start making a change in your life. I've lived in a small town for my entire life, but I've also had extreme ambition since I was young. I've wanted to achieve something far more meaningful than what is normal. For years, I thought my situation was too bad for me to succeed. I doubted myself, and because of that, I never took action toward the thing I wanted. However, within the past month alone, I've been able to see immense success in my life simply because I stopped thinking my situation was too bad and I actually started going for it. And now I'm going to show you how. First is the realization. The first thing I want you to realize is that anyone successful had to start. They were in a similar position to you. Nearly all of these people with success were unsatisfied with their current situation. They wanted something better. At first, they had no money, no status, nothing. It was just them with an ambition to achieve something great. Once you realize this, you can come at success with a new perspective. You now see that the people who have what you want are just like you. They are human. They have feelings and emotions. If they can do it, so can you. Now ask yourself, are you where you want to be? Whether this be financially or location or whatever else. Because if you're watching this, the answer is probably no. You're allowing your situation to define what you can achieve. I mean, think about that. You've decided that you can't succeed because of where you live or your current status. No, stop limiting yourself to that. No situation is too bad to overcome. Next, the belief. So I got this from Alex Hermosi. He says that where you are is the story you'll one day tell. And I love this message because he basically says that all of the hard things and all of the problems that you're struggling with, when you overcome them, that is the story that you'll one day tell later in your life, maybe to your kids or whoever else. So see this difficulty as an opportunity to grow or to learn or to gain experience. So therefore, over time, you become more confident in yourself. Plus, how I think of it is everyone has a different story. We all start out in different situations. We all live in different places. We all have unique lives. So if you can use that uniqueness to your advantage, there's no doubt that you're going to succeed. I mean, bad circumstances can help you stand out because think about how many millions of people are struggling with this problem or this self-doubt. So if you can overcome that, if you can make something happen no matter where you are, think about how inspiring that is. Think about how many people you can impact or how many problems you can solve because of that. The story will be greater than any other. Also, all of the limiting beliefs that you have are simply in your head. And as humans, we often think about stuff a lot more negatively than it is. So just take a step back and kind of think about if your situation is actually that bad. Of course, it may be, but a lot of times it's not. For me, it wasn't. I've realized now that looking back on this problem, I've felt this sense of validation that I was giving myself another reason why I couldn't succeed, why I couldn't make something happen. I was giving my city the power to decide whether I could achieve something or not. I mean, just think about how crazy that is. I was essentially trying to prove people wrong. You know, their methods didn't work. I was just this exception. I was someone who couldn't succeed. I was someone whose situation was too bad, but that is completely wrong. I promise you, no matter what situation you're in, you can overcome it. Secondly, the turning point. So you can't control where you're born or how you sound or how people think of you. But what you can do is focus on things that you can control. You can control how much effort you put into something. You can control who you surround yourself with. You can control what you consume in terms of things like music or social media. You just want to be aware of what's in your life. Because if something is negatively affecting you, why let it bring you down? Why stop focusing on that and focus on what you can do yourself? Of course, you can't control things like other people, but what you can do is control what you do on a daily basis. And then over time, you can just let the results speak for themselves. And often we see these struggles as something that holds us back. But the truth is, it's the opposite of that. The more challenges you face and the more times that you fail, the more resilient you become. You develop as a person who can solve problems, and you develop as someone who can face that difficulty knowing that on the other side of that, you've learned and you've grown from it. These type of situations are what makes such amazing entrepreneurs and people who change the world. It's because they faced all of these problems. They've become so knowledgeable and innovative, and you can do that as well. This is crucial to realize. I promise that you'll see results when you actually believe that success is possible. Because if you don't believe that it's possible, you've already taken your chances of success down to zero. Now, another problem that often comes with this is seeing people far more successful than you. And of course, this is easily possible through social media. Although these people have amazing lifestyles, and of course, it would be amazing to have an it will be because you're going to do it, but you shouldn't envy what they have. You shouldn't envy their lifestyle. Reason being, just because they have the success doesn't mean that you can't either. Their life doesn't affect you in any way. I mean, think about it. Does other people's lives genuinely affect you? No, it doesn't. You need to stop worrying so much about what other people have and who they're around and how much money or status or fame they may have, because realistically, it does not take away from what you can do yourself. There's infinite success realistically, and if you allow what they have to affect you, then of course you're not going to get it. Just see these people as proof of what's possible, because that's all it is. You see all of these people have financial freedom and have this strong network of like-minded people and retire their parents, but it's time for you to get that as well. This is proof of concept, different business models or strategies or whatever else they've worked before. So it's the same with successful people. You can emulate what they've done. Look at how they're acting. Look at what content they're posting. Look at how they're running their business. Then you can simply apply these things to your own life. It is guaranteed results. Lastly, start acting. So now that you've realized the problem, you need to figure out where you want to go. For me, I want to be a successful entrepreneur and creator. I know exactly where I want to go, and I allow my actions to align with that. And then everything else that doesn't contribute towards that, I just cut it out. So ask yourself questions like, what kind of career do you want to have? Who do you want to be around? Where do you want to live? After figuring these things out, make them super clear. I recommend just writing them down on a Google Doc. Write all of your goals and make them super clear, and then look at it every day. This way you can constantly see what you are striving to do and if you're on the right track to achieve those things. But then of course, you aren't going to be successful overnight. Rather, success is just all of the small actions just added up over a long period of time. Think about it like this. So let's say you post a video every single day, and then every single video you improve by 1%. In a year from now, there is no doubt that you're going to be a successful creator. This exact compounding effect works with everything in life. So now, with your intention being clear, just find out what tasks you need to do and just do them every single day. For me, my main focus is growing my personal brand. So my main tasks are focused on content creation. Plus, I get them done in the morning because my mind is the sharpest, and of course, I can have the most focus when doing the most important things. So with this also, you want to be thinking long term rather than making short term decisions. So think, what can I do today that is going to benefit me or help me succeed in 5 years from now? This alone is going to guide you day to day and make it a lot easier for you to succeed. And lastly, you want to optimize your environment for success. Now you might be thinking, well, my situation is bad. I don't have a good environment. Of course, if you're similar to me, you can't just move somewhere right away. However, what you can do is create a space where there's no other option besides working. For me, this is my room. I get all of my work done at this desk right here. I've made my environment super organized, so there's no other option besides working. So what you want to do is just optimize your environment, whether it be your room or somewhere else, a space where you can focus and have deep work periods. You don't want to be distracted all of the time and have all of these different things that you can do. You just want to have a computer where you work. Another thing that I want to add to that is you should never have your phone around you. I have my phone around me for maybe an hour a day. Every single time I'm working, my phone is in another room. It's completely gone. I have no other option besides to work. I have no notifications, which my phone doesn't even receive notifications anyway because I don't allow it to. But you don't want to be getting distracted. You want to be so focused on your work, so locked in that you love working. You have to love working. I love working because I'm building something great. I'm building what I want to build. So cut out all the distractions, and I promise you, your work is going to be so much more productive. You're going to start seeing results way quicker than you could have imagined. So don't allow yourself to get distracted by all of these things like social media or people. You need to just precisely create a space for you to work, and that's it. So to summarize this video, you first want to realize that everyone has been in a starting position that they didn't like. If you truly want it as bad as you say you do, you can't allow that belief to stop you from actually doing it. And secondly, focus on things that you can control. Things like what you watch online, who you surround yourself with, and how much effort you put in. Don't envy what other people have. They've been doing it for longer. They just have more time in the game. Just see what they have or what they've achieved as proof of what you can do yourself. And lastly, clarify your intention and start moving. You can't expect to get anywhere if you don't even start. That being said, it's time to only stop thinking about what you want and actually go make something happen.